Start recording. Stop recording. Speech off.
Hey guys, another video. I'm gonna do a totally different video than all my files. This time, it's all my Simon videos. And yeah, I'm gonna get them all out. Okay, Simon Optics. Alright. Simon. Okay, Pocket Simon 1980. It's in a bag. Don't worry. Don't worry, germophobic people. Okay. Simon Micro and Simon Classic. Ooh. That's another one I turned on. Yikes. And Simon Air, which is over here somewhere. Yep. I got a new one of it since my other one broke. Okay, Boppets, some of you are gonna have to go out of here. Yeah, that's right. Gonna have to get a couple Boppets out of here. This ain't all about Boppets, it's about Simon. Well, excuse me. Unfortunately, it's unknown whether I had the original or 84 version of Simon. Regardless, I'm gonna do it the first time. Alright, let's do this. Alright. So what do we got here? Well, got a 1970s or 80s-esque Simon original. I'm just gonna say original Simon. And let's do that first. Alright, let's do that first. Got that over here. Yeah, it's got that old cardboard smell, but it's going down, I think. Hang on. Here we go. Hope you can see this. If you can't, you can complain in the comments below. By the way, if you can't comment on my videos, and if you know me personally, you can complain to me and when we talk next. I think you know who I'm talking about. Probably my dad or something, I don't know. If you can see that, let me know. If you can't, you can complain to me either, if you know me, either in the comments, well, I mean, like, personally. If you don't know me personally, that's fine. Anyways, original Simon, power on, level 1, game 1, or game 1, level 1, start. Alright, we're done with that. Gotta put it back in the box that it came in. And yes, it's the original box. According to what I've heard. No instructions, but hey, it's what you get when you get a used Simon game. And No, I am not blaming anyone for this, and I don't want to complain. Okay, let's open this up and look at the next Simon game. For some reason, this bag is not wanting to open up. Pulling out a Pocket Simon, the only Pocket Simon I got, the only old Pocket Simon I got, besides the micro. Okay, power on, game 1, level 1, start. Okay, hang on. Well, that was easy. It was like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I didn't realize the Pocket Simon was like this. Oh boy, it smells like candles or something. I don't know. Maybe maybe the previous owner had some candles on it, huh? Yeah, sure, let's burn that. Let's burn this Pocket Simon. Yeah. But that's what they were thinking. By the way, that was 1980. 1980 Pocket Simon. That I know for sure. Next up, we'll go to the 2000s actually, with the, the Simon Micro. Oops. This is so tiny now. This is so tiny. Alright, that's that, Simon. I think I'll go with the button pressing Simon Classic. Oops. That was 2016, the other was 2014. I can't believe I had to jump from 1980 to 2014. That's like 30 years in advance. Well, can't blame that. Blame that on the creator of these videos, which is me. Yeah, sure. Here is Simon Air. Make sure on Classic first. Yep. You don't even have to touch the buttons or the... Yeah, I'll just say the buttons. This is the follow-up to the Simon Swipe, apparently. Whoops. I had to touch the right one. By the way, there was another version of Simon Air, but it's not what you think. It's actually a touch Simon, which I do not have, and I probably will not get until probably, let's say, Christmas, because Christmas is like on December 25th. I just gotta keep reminding myself that. Last Simon, and unfortunately, the latest, And I don't want to put this on my head, but you can play this whether it's on your head or not. Well then, let's go. Oops, I forgot. Alright, come on. This is the follow-up to Simon Air. Aww. Check out my high score. I was able to get 11 on this. Anyways, that's Simon Optics made in 2017. There are other Simons like Simon Flash, Simon Sticks, Simon Trickster. Those are some of the early. Those are some of the other 2000s Simons. Other vintage Simons include the vintage Super Simon sequel to the original, and the other Simons are like there's Pocket Simon 1988, and then there's a Pocket Simon 1995, and a Pocket Simon 2002. Those are the other Pocket Simon games. In 2004, like I said, Simon Sticks, Simon Trickster in 2005. There was also a miniature Simon Trickster in 2006 as long. Also released alongside it is a Star Wars Simon game. There's also another Star Wars Simon released either in 2016 or 2017. I'm willing to bet 2017. I played around with it, but maybe it would be a good idea if I had that sort of Simon. But anyway, the Darth Vader Simon is basically the classic Simon, but the buttons and stuff are in a different place. So yeah, there are other Simons as well. Like, and then there's a Simon watch. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there was. There's also Simon Carabiners, Simon Carabiner 2010 or 2010 and 2014. There's only one Simon Micro. There is, like I said, Simon Swipe in 2013. The Touch Simon, like I said, also released in 2013. Or Simon Touch. I don't know. I could call it Simon Touch if I wanted to. All the Touch Simon is like the normal, button pressing Simon. But instead of, like, let me get the original back out. Ooh. That was not the best way to get the box. Knowing that there's a loose Simon in there. Simon's loose, but it's good. Okay, yachty. So, the Touch Simon is basically like the original, only instead of pressing a button, you would touch it instead. Like, you'd touch, you would touch a button instead of press on it, like you would on the original. It's still the original Simon, but with a modern twist. And I mean modern twist. It has all three game modes, basically, and so, yeah. It's like the original Simon. The original Simon had like. I mean, there's no way to like say the score for like accessibility. What I mean by accessibility, like there's no accessible way to say the score though, but it's an original Simon. The Touch Simon, like I said, is an original Simon with a modern twist. There are knockoffs of Simon, so don't be surprised. The knockoffs include, but are not the knockoffs include, but are not limited to. Einstein, that's one of them. Another one is Copycat. There was supposed to be a Copycat, Super Copycat, which was released in 1998 by, I don't know, I guess the same company that made the original, and that one actually had a hinge on the door, actually, so you didn't have to worry about losing a battery door. All you had to do was basically what resulted in the Super Simon 2003. Oh, by the way, there was also a Simon 2 by Milton Bradley, or Hasbro, released in 2000, about 20 years ago. So that's also an original Simon, but with, again, a modern twist, but not so modern. You see, the Super Simon 2003 is actually a sequel. The Super Simon 2003 is actually a sequel to the Simon 2, or Simon 2. That would mean Simon 2000, or Simon Original 2000. That was, of course, released in 2000. There were games with Simon, like game modes, like Loops had a game mode where you'd repeat the beat. That's what it's called, and you'd have to repeat the beat. Like, there would be like, things like Simon. It would play just like a Simon. The repeat the beat game would play just like a Simon. And it would, there's also another game. There's also another game that also has that type of memorizing feature, so to speak. It's called Taps, or Tabs, or whatever. I think it's called Taps. That's actually an unknown. That's actually a game with an unknown release year, but yeah. Also, another game that has that sort of memorizing feature is the Brain Shift, which has like a few different things. I don't know. But yeah, if you want to learn about the Super Copycat, go ahead and look at Pixel XQ Electronic Games and More, his video, and look at, I think it's either Evangelist Nodge or Peyton McDonald. I think it's one of them. They actually have, one of them actually has a comparison video between like the Super Simon 2003 and the Super Copycat from supposedly 1998. It never got released in the US though, which is kind of sad. They do have a few of them, but they're prototypes. So if you want to go look up one on the on eBay or something, don't be surprised to see that it's a prototype and not the actual game, because it was released in toy fairs but it was at Toy Fair, and I think either New York or whatever, I don't know, but it was released in like 1998 in other countries, but not the U.S. Surprisingly, there is a Spanish one, and then there's other ones. So yeah. So, like I said, there's the original Simon, 1978. There's the 1984 version. Then there's the, like I said, all the Pocket Simons. I think I said all the Simons. If I didn't, let me know. I would like to learn more. There's also a game that kind of interested me. There's a combination Simon Carabiner slash Memory Maze knockoff, but I don't know what it's called. It's got the Simon Carabiner sounds, but it's got the gameplay of a memory maze. And if you don't know what memory maze is, it's a Simon knockoff that only goes up to 15 points. And that's it, 15 points. And it doesn't go any higher. Like it doesn't, what I mean is it doesn't go into, like it doesn't get faster, it just stays the same. It goes down, 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 down. Well, you know, it's kind of weird. And by the way, the touch Simon doesn't get any faster. It stays in one like thing, and you can. Oh, I don't know. I'm rambling. What?
Stop recording button. Speech off.
I'm gonna stop now. Bye.